Welcome back to Bike Updater Pro, your trusted source for the latest updates, reviews, and insights from the world of motorcycles. In today's video, we are diving deep into one of the most anticipated middleweight adventure bikes of the next model year, the 2026 Yamaha Tenere 700. Since its global debut, the Tenere 700 has carved a unique niche in the adventure segment, offering simplicity, reliability, and off-road capability in a package that doesn't break the bank. Now, Yamaha has given it a fresh round of updates for 2026, and some of them are game changers. Whether you're planning your next overland adventure, or you're just a fan of well-engineered ADV machines, stick around as we break down what's new, what's improved, and how the 2026 model stacks up against its rivals. A legacy of off-road performance. Before we get into what's new for 2026, it's worth taking a step back to appreciate the legacy of the Tenere 700. Inspired by Yamaha's Dakar heritage, the Tenere was never about horsepower wars or flashy tech. Instead, it stood for rugged simplicity, a reliable, go-anywhere machine powered by the proven CP2 parallel twin engine shared with the MT-07 and other models. The 2026 Tenere continues to carry this torch, but Yamaha knows the competition has become tougher. Rivals like the KTM 890 Adventure, Aprilia Touareg 660, and even Honda's Transalp 750 are all aiming for the same adventure-hungry riders. So, how has Yamaha stepped up? Engine and performance. CP2 gets refinement. The heart of the Tenere 700 remains the same, the 689 cubic centimeters CP2 engine, but for 2026, Yamaha has introduced a few refinements to improve rideability, emissions, and performance. First off, the engine now meets the latest 6 Euro Plus emission standards, which will ensure its compliance in global markets well into the future. But Yamaha hasn't just choked the engine with restrictions. They've fine-tuned the ECU mapping for smoother low-end throttle response, which is especially helpful for technical off-road riding and slow-speed maneuvering. Riders will also appreciate the minor bump in mid-range torque delivery, achieved through revised intake and exhaust tuning. While peak power figures remain around 72 horsepower and 68 Nm of torque, the new torque curve offers more usable grunt in the rev range most ADV riders actually use. And yes, the quickshifter is now standard on all trims, up and down, a long-awaited feature that was previously limited to higher spec editions or optional accessories. Chassis and suspension, improved for versatility. The Tenere 700 has always been praised for its balanced chassis, stable on the highway, agile off-road. For 2026, Yamaha retains the steel double cradle frame but has improved the suspension setup. Both the front 43mm KYB forks and rear monoshock now offer increased adjustability and slightly revised damping. This isn't a radical change, but the internal valving has been tweaked to provide a more composed ride over varied terrain. Whether you're hammering rocky trails or cruising on fire roads, the new suspension setup offers more feedback and control, especially when fully loaded with gear. Ground clearance remains a solid 240mm, with a seat height of 875mm, tall, yes, but expected for a serious off-road machine. Yamaha is also offering a new low seat option that drops the height by 25mm for shorter riders. Weight is slightly up by about 2 kg, now coming in at around 206 kg wet, but the weight is well distributed and still feels manageable compared to heavier adventure bikes in this category. Electronics and rider aids finally catches up. Perhaps the biggest leap forward for 2026 comes in the electronics department. For years, the Tenere 700 was famously minimalist. No traction control, no ride modes, no TFT screen. That changes now. The new model comes with a 5-inch color TFT display with smartphone connectivity, allowing turn-by-turn navigation, call, and message alerts, and Yamaha's own ride app integration. The screen is vertically mounted and remains easy to read in bright daylight, continuing the rally-inspired design. As for rider aids, the 2026 Tenere now includes switchable traction control, ABS modes, on-road, off-road, and off, and 3 selectable ride modes, road, off-road, and custom. Thankfully, Yamaha hasn't gone overboard. The systems are simple, intuitive, and aimed at complementing the rider rather than replacing skill with tech. Cruise control also makes its debut, making long-distance highway travel significantly more comfortable. Ergonomics and comfort, designed for the long haul. The cockpit of the 2026 Tenere has seen a few ergonomic upgrades. The handlebars have been slightly raised for improved standing comfort during off-road riding, and the seat now features denser foam for better long-distance support. A new windscreen design offers improved wind deflection, especially for taller riders, without being overly bulky or compromising visibility. Yamaha has also redesigned the tank shrouds and side panels for a slimmer midsection. The result is a more natural standing position and better knee grip, which adventure riders will notice immediately. Fuel capacity remains at 16 litres, offering a real-world range of around 350 kilometres, more than enough for most adventure routes. Yamaha hasn't added a bigger tank variant for 2026, but there are strong rumours of a factory long-range edition in the works, possibly debuting in late 2026. New colours and trims. The 2026 Tenere 700 will be available in 3 standard colourways: Rally Blue, Desert Sand, and Stealth Grey. The Rally Edition is also returning, complete with upgraded skid plates, radiator guards, and a rally seat. Yamaha has also expanded its accessory lineup, including new pannier systems, a full crash bar kit, heated grips, and a rally tower add-on that enhances the bike's rally styling and navigation options. How it compares? Still a class leader. So how does the 2026 Tenere 700 stack up against its increasingly crowded competition? It depends on what you value. If you're looking for raw horsepower or advanced technology, bikes like the KTM 890 Adventure or Aprilia Touareg 660 might feel more cutting edge. But if you want a reliable, rugged machine that you can service yourself and ride around the world, the Tenere still holds the crown. Yamaha's decision to modernize the electronics without losing the bike's core simplicity shows they're listening to riders. The updates feel evolutionary, not revolutionary, and that's a good thing. The Tenere doesn't need to be something it's not. It just needs to keep getting better at what it does best, and the 2026 model does exactly that. Final thoughts. Worth the upgrade? So, is the 2026 Yamaha Tenere 700 worth upgrading to? If you own an older model, the answer depends on how much you value the new tech and improved suspension. For those coming from a pre-2023 model, the jump is definitely noticeable. For new buyers, the 2026 Tenere is a no-brainer. It's now a more well-rounded adventure bike without losing the rugged spirit that made it famous. Yamaha hasn't reinvented the Tenere 700. They've refined it. It's now more capable, more comfortable, and more connected than ever before. Whether you're tackling dirt trails in the outback or crossing continents, this bike continues to prove that less can indeed be more. Outro. Subscribe to Bike Updater Pro. Thanks for tuning in to Bike Updater Pro. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive motorcycle content, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the 2026 Tenere 700. Would you upgrade? Or do you prefer the classic, stripped-down models? Until next time, ride safe and stay adventurous.